Hello everyone, this is Helen H and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope everyone's doing great today. I wanted to show you a little technique today that I saw from Instagram, and I cannot remember the name of the person who, no, it wasn't Instagram, it was Pinterest. I can't remember the name of the person who showed it, but I will definitely link it below in this video, and I believe her last name was Lewis, but I'm sorry, I don't remember. I will put her name below, so if you want to check her out. Anyway, so my girlfriend came over to the cabin for 3 nights, and we did some gel plating, and we had a lot of fun. So I'm just going to show you a couple of the gel prints that I made. This is probably one of my favorites. It's so boho looking. And this one here. And then these ferns. And more ferns. Now these ones here are just cleaning up the junk that stays on your gel plate. So I love these. This is another one, cleaning up my gel plate. This one. A lot of these will have more added to them. These two were cleaning off my gel plate. I love this one right here. Can you see the bubbles on it, or the circles? That's a stencil. And there's this one. But most of these are just going to be background papers, and I'm just giving you a quick eyeball here. This one was super fun. Look, I stamped it with clothes pegs. I mean, I put the paint on, I stamped it with clothes pegs, and then did the run. Okay, and the rest are just same old, same old. So I'm not going to show you those. But what I really wanted to show you was, okay, these ferns here, how you get the definition of the actual fern instead of just the outline of the fern when you put it on. And it's super simple, something I never even thought about. See how you can see like the fern fronds, and it's not just a outline. And then with the this one right here, you can really see it. You can see the texture, not just the pattern of the lace, but you can see the texture of the lace too. And I'll show you what I did to do this. This is a step that it's so super simple and it makes sense, but you know, it's something that I've been missing while I've been gel plating. Oh my gosh, and I don't have paper. Well, there you go. That's a typical Helen move. Hang on, I've got it right here. Anyway, so it's a super simple thing, but not something that I personally had thought about until I saw the video. And then I was like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense, because I don't always just want an outline of something. You know, sometimes you want more detail. So now I have paper. Hopefully now I am prepared. So let's go ahead and get going here. Now, I did some botanical prints on this, on my gel plate the other day, and I'm going to give you a little warning here. If you use like dried grasses that look like wheat, be very careful, because sometimes those seeds will come out. And these seeds, I believe, have actually dug into my gel plate. I mean, I'm leaving them, that's fine. My gel plates aren't anything that I would, you know, put in a museum or, you know, just frame as is. I just tear them up and use them, you know, for other things. But anyway, just be careful when you use botanicals that you don't use something that has some, you know, dark seeds or something that will, or dried seeds that will dig in. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some paint on here. I'm going to try use this brayer. If it doesn't work, we're going to have to go with squeaky brayer. This one's a little bit squeaky, but not too bad. So I'm just going to put, that was just some blue green. This is the super cheap paint I got at Ross, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was at Ross. Okay, so here we go. Get some paint on there. Just roll that off. Okay, so I got some ferns out in my yard. Now, I got these yesterday, but they'll still be good. I had them wrapped in paper towel with moisture on it. So I'm going to take this big fern here and I'm just going to plop him right down in the middle here, like that. And then I'm going to take, I've got some ferns in different sizes. I got baby fern here. Let's put baby fern up here. And then let's just use, I've got 2 medium ferns here. Let's just use one of these here. And it's basically just to show you guys how to get that texture, okay? So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of paper, and I'll just use white paper here to demonstrate. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe over, okay? So what this is doing is, this is what we usually do, right? Sometimes you'll have something you can use, like the little things that you put over to smooth it down. I'm just using my hands, but this is the, and sorry, I know this is probably rocking the camera. I'm so sorry. So this is just giving us basically the outline of the ferns, right? Because the fern is in the way. The fern is actually acting like a stencil, okay? So I'm just going to lift it up like this. Okay, so you can see here, I just have the outline of the ferns, but the pictures I showed you had all the lines and stuff, because here's all you have to do to get the lines. Just take your ferns off. I'm not moving my paper. I'm leaving my paper where it is, and then I'm just putting it back down again. I took the ferns out, and now I'm just doing this. And just getting this. And then when I peel it back again, there. See, now I was missing that. I was just getting all the outlines and just doing all the outlines and not getting the great detail in there. All right, let's just do another one real quick. And then I'll show you with the lace what I did with that one. So let me go ahead. I don't use brown a whole lot. Let's use a little bit of brown. Probably a reason I don't use brown, but let's just go for it. Let's use some brown, and let's use dark brown. I've got 2 color browns here. Okay, come on. Okay, let's try this and see what we got going here. It may not be dark enough. We'll see. That one brown, the darker brown, actually looks like it has some red in it, or purple actually. Maybe it is purple, I don't know. Well, anyway, this is the color we're using. All right, clear that off. So let me get my ferns again. And you can use your ferns multiple times, or botanicals, but like I said, please be careful if you're using seeds, because I learned the hard way. Okay, let's put this little guy up here, and let's put this little guy this way. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and use the other half of the sheet. That's one nice thing about a 5x7 jelly plate, is you can get 2 prints on any single 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So, and what I tend to do is I tend to put them right up against each other, like in the middle, so that if I want to cut and use them as pages in a book, I can, and there's not the white edge, although that does not matter. That doesn't matter at all. All right, so we got that. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. And peel, peel, peel. Oh yeah, it's dark enough, you can see. Okay, now I'm being very careful to keep the paper where it is. I actually did move it a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be tragic. I'm not moving it on the desk. I just moved it off the paper, or the gel plate. Yeah, I moved it quite a bit. I can see I did, but that's okay. That's okay. The first one I did okay, and I'll try to do it with the lace. I didn't actually take this very last, the paper off that very last piece. Okay. So it still works. There you go. And there I have all the detail of the fern. So if we want to do that with lace, we can do that with lace also. So let me go ahead and get some other colors. Let me put some ferns aside here. Get those out of my way here, and squeaky brayer. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to take some colors here. Let's do a little bit of yellow and orange. These cheap paints are really good. I think I've said it before, for gel printing, because they're thin and cheap. You know, so you can just go to town. You don't have to worry about using your real expensive paints or anything. So let's go ahead and get my laces here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this a little bit. I'm trying for the boho color. See, this brayer, it doesn't rotate, it slides more. But for this demonstration, it's okay. It's better than using squeaky brayer, which my friend had to listen to all weekend. Okay, so I just have this piece of lace. So when we went to town, my girlfriend and I went to town, we stopped at the thrift shop, and they were having dollar bags on all the clothes. And so we bought some clothes, lots of clothes for ourselves, but I found this blouse that had 2 lace sleeves, and you know, it was not anything that I would ever wear, and I can't imagine anyone here at the mountains wearing it. It was too formal. It was more like a work blouse or something, but it looked like it was from the 80s anyway, so I didn't feel bad. So we got that one to cut apart and use the lace. Okay, so I'm going to lift this up, and see, it's just very, very little came out on this top, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take the lace off and put it back down like this. Okay. And now, okay. Now you can see the detail of the lace because I put it back on again by not lifting the whole thing off. Okay, so let's do that. Now let's go on. Let's build this up a little bit. We have a little bit of time. Okay, so here's another piece of that sleeve. This was, I think, the cuff, and then here's another piece. So let's go ahead and do that. Oops, oh, my brayer's sticking to my paper here. Let's go ahead and use... let's use this turquoise color here for this lace. And again, it will show you how the layers work. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to use squeaky brayer, I think. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to have to, because this one actually rolls. The other one gets stuck, and I'm not actually sure why it's doing that. Why it does that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this piece of lace. Now this is kind of thick. This lace here is a little bit thick, so I'm not going to get a whole lot on my first pull, I don't think. So I'm going to go ahead and do it maybe about here. I'm not doing the whole thing because remember, this has this pretty lace here. When I put it down, I don't want to cover that. I just want to add some more texture. So I'm just going to go ahead. Oh no, this one, Helen, you're putting it over this one. Got to reuse your paper here. Okay, so I'm going to do this. And ideally, I mean, I'm just doing this to demonstrate for you all getting the lace pattern through, but ideally you should probably do a couple and then wait and then let this paper dry before you keep pulling on it. Okay, so this one I'm going to pull from this direction, and you can see here there's like nothing from here, and that is because the lace is so thick. But it did get on the other side, and then I'm just going to do this. Get that lace out of the way. Okay. Okay. Look at that. How cool is that? Is that not awesome? I love it so much. and you can really see the lace patterns. Now I'm going to add one more lace. Now this one is not going to work the same way because this is so thick. This is like grandma's doily, right? One of these heavy duty cotton doilies. This one we're just actually going to use like a stencil, because if I put paint on, there's nothing going to come through here, okay? But I like to have this pattern on top of my kind of boho colors here. So let's go ahead and let's see, what color are we going to use? Should we go back to this hot pink? Or should we use a darker color? No, you know what? Let's live a little. Let's see, can we find the dark blue? Do we have a, let's use this blue here. This is the color we used for the ferns. Okay, so just put a little bit of that on. Okay, get squeaky brayer. Make sure your brayer's all nice and squeaky. Okay. Okay, so on this one, like I said, I'm just going to have to use this super thick doily as a stencil. So I'm just going to go ahead and push it down, because if I had the paper on top, this paper on top, absolutely nothing is coming through because this is such a thick and chunky doily. So I'm really just pressing it into the paint, and then I'll take it off. Okay. And I'm going to add my last layer. And all I'm doing, guys, is I'm just really eyeballing where the paper is in relation to the gel print. Because I tear these up and do other things with it, and I'm not framing it or anything. It's like I said, it doesn't have to be dead on. Okay, so let's see how this turns out. Oh, I like it. I like it. There it is. See how cool that is? So guys, that one step, the one extra step of lifting your paper up, removing what's underneath and doing it again, that is what's going to get you the details that you want on some of your prints like these. So I didn't know that. If y'all know that, then, you know, maybe there's somebody who knew who did not know that. To do that, but I think it makes a huge world of difference when you do that, this versus just the outline of the object, you know, like in this case the fern. So I wanted to show you all that, share that with you. I will put my inspiration, I will put her link below, and I hope you give this a try. If you didn't know this, I hope that you give this a try. And you know, if you already knew this, then I'm sorry. You know, this was just something, like I said, it makes sense, but it's not something that I had thought about before. So I hope you liked this video, guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do. Hello to all my new subbies. Welcome. I hope this inspired you. And until the next video, I hope you're all truly blessed. Bye-bye.